Okay, very quick update today because it is snowing, a little bit windy, so just cutting the walks a bit short today. So I have been reading Small Game Hunter at the Local Cowards Club by Gail, I believe. It's a Canadian book that came out in 2019, and I actually bought it in 2019 and haven't read it until now. I'm about 100 pages in, about quarter of the way through. So far, really loving it actually. It's a bunch of characters that are centered around this kind of like restaurant dinette. One of them's the chef and part owner. Now there's a couple of waitresses and the waiter. When I first started it, I was trying to kind of keep in my head who was connected by who, and then it was kind of a little bit difficult. So I just started not trying to follow along and just kind of just letting the language and the words wash over me, and it's actually been much more enjoyable since. And actually, I have still been able to follow it. The kind of information is kind of divulged, and their relationships are explained, and it kind of deviates between the now and the past. And it's done it in a way that I've read similar styles like this before in modern books, but it's kind of a way that's like slowly divulges like a lot of information, how everybody interacts with everyone and stuff. So I'm quite enjoying that. And then because the weekend got away from me a little bit and stuff, we ended up doing some errands, and we did errands yesterday that took us a bit further afield. So I was actually able to do a little bit of thrifting. So I found a Georges Simenon book that's like a 10 novel bind-up anthology of his that contain 6 Maigret novels and 4 non-Maigret novels, which is great because I don't actually have any of Simenon's non-Maigret novels, and I've really been wanting to keep an eye out for them. But anyway, I started reading the first book in that, and it's actually a very bizarre book. It's Maigret's Memoirs. And so essentially Georges Simenon was living in America, and he'd just been married. He just recently got remarried, and his mother-in-law was coming in to visit. So he said he didn't really have time to write a full novel. So he just wrote this short novelette that doesn't really have a plot, but it's essentially just an old Maigret writing his memoirs, as it were. What's really bizarre, it's quite meta, so it's really bizarre in that it's the fictional character Maigret is writing his memoirs, and part of it is from the time that he meets the author Georges Simenon, who is embarking on writing a series based around the police. There's particularly one police inspector, and then when the books come out, he'd kept Maigret's name, and some of the things that he's done, like some of the affectations that he may have done once or twice, and so he kind of gets he's a little bit annoyed that he's kind of been caricatured in some regards. And then there's also like she stays on, like he's also kind of like talking about the actors that have played him in the movies as well, because this is like Maigret writing memoirs, so he's writing about a time in the 1920s, late 1920s, but he's writing it as a memoir in the 50s, so he knows of all the movies that came out based on the books. But what's even more bizarre is it's not the books in this universe are not the same Maigret books that are in the real life. So it's kind of a fictional character writing about a fictionalized version of his real author that wrote these fiction books that are alluding but not actually the fiction books that he wrote in real life. So yeah, it's very meta, it's very bizarre. I don't know how I feel about it right now. It's quite It's bizarre to read. It's only about 80 pages long. But it is quite interesting. I wonder what people made of it at the time. I have to look into it after, like, what people thought about it. But anyway, that's really it. Not too much. I got futsal on Wednesday and 7-a-side soccer on Sunday this week to look forward to. Otherwise, just more snow clearing and regular errands and stuff and doing chores to do inside. And yeah, I've been listening to an Irish post-punk band today called Mowl. It's MHOAL. And it's pronounced kind of Mowl, I think. And they're really good. They had an album out last year. I'll leave a link down below to their Spotify. And yeah, just gonna keep on reading the 2 books I mentioned there, and hopefully I can carve out some space to do some proper videos. Got a book haul, some wrap-ups to do, and some tags. So yeah, see you all again soon. Bye.